Hi, everybody. Welcome to Wellness Warrior Workshop Wednesday. Tonight we're going to talk about the JOB, just over broke stats versus multi-level marketing stats. If you're one of those people or you've had somebody say to you, is this one of those MLM things? I don't do those MLM things. And you always wonder how to answer that question. Absolutely. This is one of those MLM things. I own that. I say it proudly. I am a proud entrepreneur, and I'm joined tonight by four other very proud entrepreneurs, Kaylee Wilford and Maya Survey and Jane Orlove, and none other than our CEO, fearless leader, Michael Winiger, who created this amazing company. So when somebody asks that question, a few different responses of how you can reply to that successfully, but you're also going to learn tonight some really fascinating facts that you might not even have known about the job industry versus the entrepreneur industry. So everybody say hi and let them know you're here. We're going to start off tonight with Miss Maya, who has brought some really interesting information for us. Maya, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody some stuff that we might not know yet?
Well, I don't know how many of you have studied Robert Kiyosaki or Bob Proctor, but there's some interesting things that they're talking about. Robert Kiyosaki, he has four income strategies that he talks about, and one is being an employee, where you're trading hours for money, and that's basically when you go to stores and those people that you see in stores and the office workers and things like that. Then you have the self-employed. That would be very often doctors, dentists, like what I used to do, being a dance coach. And basically we're doing the same thing. We're trading hours for money. Then you have the investors. They are basically investing money to make money. And then you have the business owners. That's the people that own big business that are leveraging their time and making money, not necessarily by them being present. Bob Proctor he puts the two trading hours for money, he puts that together. And the interesting thing is that that whole group of people, that is 96% of the population that trades hours for money. The investors is 3% of the population. The business owners, the people that leverage their time, that is only 1% of the population, yet they make 96% of the money made. So it's that's very interesting that the group that is the smallest makes the most money. And that is where multi-level marketing is in.
Isn't that amazing that 1% of the population is making 96% of the wealth? That's crazy. That's crazy. And they're entrepreneurs. They're people who know how to leverage the income of other people. That's one of the reasons I'm really proud to be an entrepreneur. Working in any other field, there's absolutely no way that I could do what I'm doing here. I've helped build a team of over 400 people under me, and can you imagine any other job where I can leverage the work of 400 other people, and they're all leveraging the work of others beneath them? I mean, that's what's amazing about this industry. So, get excited because you've decided to get out of that just over broke, conditioned mindset that says, I'm going to work 40 hours a week for the next 40 years and retire only making 40% of what I was making. Like, that is just not a quality of living that we want to live. In fact, that American dream that so many have lived and worked and died doing it's just not what it was cracked out to be, and things have changed. We have some really interesting stats for you that Jenya's going to put up on her screen, and I'm going to read to you that might really shock you about the JOB market versus the multi-level marketing market. So JOB stats. U.S. official government reports point out that more than 3.5 million jobs have been eliminated in the past 10 years. That is crazy. This includes over 2,000 jobs per day last year alone. More frightening, an estimated 55% of all jobs created in the next 10 years will be near minimum wage. Currently, 90% of all people in North America earn less than $40,000 a year. And today's two-income families are not living as well as their parents did, as well as what has been just stated. Check out these really striking economic facts. At age 50, 75% of the population has less than $5,000 in their bank account. That is crazy. At age 65, 45% of Americans depend on their relatives, 30% depend on charities, 23% are still working, and they can't afford to quit, and they work until they are no longer physically capable, and only 2% are self-sustaining. At the current time, it is impossible to support a family of two working full-time at minimum wage. For the first time in history, the current generation is averaging a lower standard of living than their parents. The Bureau of Labor Statistics also states out of 100 people that start working by the age of 25, by the age of 65, 1 will be wealthy, 4 have enough money to retire, 63 depend on Social Security or charity, 29 are deceased. That's by the age of 65, okay? And I attribute that, personally, in my opinion, is that living, working up until the day you die, like, that's just a stressful life. And we know that stress takes away from our lifespan. So one of the most disheartening statistics is this: 95% of people age 65 and over can't afford to retire, and they are going to work up until the day they die. Okay? Now let's talk about MLM Stats. The following are the official network marketing statistics in the U.S. that are going on around you. Direct Selling Association and U.S. Census statistics, okay? Someone starts a new home-based business every 10 seconds in the U.S. 15.8 million people are working from home full-time. Another 38 million, or 12% of the total population, working from home part-time. 8,493 new home businesses open up every day, in which we all know that they're not all created equal, and you'll hear from our CEO why that is shortly. Increasing by over 600,000 people per year, okay? 82% of distributors are female and 18% are male. By 2015, it is estimated that 50% of homes will be involved in the MLM industry. $28.56 billion in direct sales, network marketing in 2010. 23% of all network marketing sales are related to the wellness industry. Woohoo! Average work from home income is $59,250 per year. That's the average, you guys. That is $19,250 above the majority of the JOB market. That's crazy. 20% of home-based entrepreneurs said that their business grossed between $100,000 and $500,000 last year. Home-based business wage earner success rate is over 85% compared with small businesses like retail shops, restaurants, at about 95% failure rate after 5 years. And so it's the opposite with network marketing. You guys, if you make it 5 years, like, you're guaranteed to succeed. And the only thing you need to make it 5 years is not quit. Don't give up. Find your home and stay. 84% recommended working from home to others, and 29% work at home with other family members. So if you thought the United States network marketing statistics were good, the worldwide MLM statistics are even more explosive. We see that we are blowing up in Norway and Canada. That is so exciting. So you guys, here's the deal. It's really exciting to know that there is another way. There's another way. There's freedom. You can stay at home. You can work from home. I'll tell you a little secret, but don't tell corporate because I might get in trouble. We have a dress code. I'm wearing my pajamas on the bottom half of me. Why? Because I can. Oh, sorry, Michael, I forgot that you were there. So, but that's the beauty of being able to work from home, right? Like, I can sit around in my pajamas with my warm, fuzzy slippers on and my Tinkerbell cup, drinking hot tea, making my millions, and that is just awesome. Now I want to turn it over to Miss Kaylee Wilford and let her tell you why she became a work-at-home mom and how much she loves being a part of this amazing industry. Kaylee, can you hear me, honey?
I can. Can you hear me?
I sure can, sweetheart. Go ahead and tell us why you love this industry and why you chose network marketing and Asante Organics.
Absolutely. Well, I'm only 25 years old, and I do have two young children. When I graduated high school, I started beauty school, and I ended up finishing it, but just after I graduated and I got a job at a salon, I ended up having my first child and slowly realized that I was paying more for gas and childcare than I was actually making. So for me to be going to work was pointless, really. I loved what I did, but it really just didn't, it wasn't working out financially. So my ultimate goal with working as a beautician was to open my own salon. My dad is a barber and he owns his own barber shop. And so long term, I realized that him owning his own barbershop cost him over $200,000 just to start that business up. And that was something that was an ultimate goal, but I knew it would take me a really long time. And so I became a stay-at-home mom and was looking into options of just something to do. I was bored. So that's when I found MLM business, and I started. It was about 5 years ago, and I loved it. I loved that I could stay home and that the paychecks just came, and I got to go to my children's, different school events now that they're older and in school. I was able to stay home and potty train them. I didn't have to have a daycare provider raising my children for me, and that was a really big deal for me. So I get to stay home, I get to be with my children, and I get to go to their activities, but I also get to make money from home. Back in March, we found Asante. This company has been absolutely amazing to us. My mom was diagnosed with cancer, and we realized that we needed to make a change in our family's the products we were using, and we really did a lot of research. We found this company and I love everything about it. I love that we have residual income. I love the 6 different paychecks. You guys know we have an amazing compensation plan. So this has really just become our home. I'm excited about it and I'm here for life. Even my daughter, she'll go places, and my sister actually offered her cookies and she said, "Are they organic? Because I can't have them if they're not organic." So I'm really like that I'm instilling the healthy lifestyle into my children as well.
Kaylee, that is amazing. And you guys, she's absolutely right. We have an amazing comp plan. In fact, we are the home of the 100% matching check bonus. We are the only company who can say that. 3 easy ranks to reach, and that's really exciting. No caps, no flushes. Had to throw that in there. Kaylee has come into Asante, and like she said, she hasn't been here that long, but she reached gold rank. She's become a presenter board member. The opportunity for leadership in this company is wide open right now because we're a ground floor opportunity. And what that means is that you get to get in the beginning before we hit that momentum curve. And that is the time to get in and do 1% of the work you would have to do after that stage in the game. You get in here, you build a decent-sized team, and when we hit momentum, your life is going to change overnight. Kaylee knows that, and so she's just gone gusto and gotten so excited about organics. And I happen to know her mother personally. Beautiful, amazing woman, their entire family. I just love all of you guys, and such a blessing to have you here. So I also would like our most amazing platinum executive, field advisory board, and presenter board member, a woman that we could not live without. Miss Jane Orlove is instrumental to the everyday, day-to-day runnings within this entire company. She is the most humble leader I have ever known. She cares so much more about making us, helping us to reach our goals than she does about any recognition for that. And I have to point that out because I'm amazed daily by you, Jane. Jane, share with everybody why you chose network marketing, how you got into this, and why Asante.
Thank you, Jojo. Can you hear me? Okay, awesome. Well, I came from Russia when I was 17 years old, and when I was in Russia, I had allergy. I skipped most of the school, and when I came here to America, I was in college as an international student, and it was so expensive that I had to kind of quit that, and I never finished college. So I was in statistics. I was a textbook failure, like Victoria shared on another call with us. And I basically never had any self-confidence, never had any esteem, or I thought everybody who worked at corporate had a lot more skills. They were a lot more smarter, and I was just a stay-at-home mom, and I was sitting at home watching soap operas and watching people's magazines, and basically I didn't have any passion for in life, and I didn't know what I was into. And then I was introduced and from I was invited to a meeting about 3 years ago, to a network marketing meeting. I saw all these people getting excited and jumping, and they were all cheerful, and you know, I thought they were crazy because I've never seen anything like that. All those people were so excited. I went online and I started doing my own research about the industry because I didn't hear anything about this. You know, I have heard of Amway and things like that, but I never actually researched or how it works or anything like that. So I went online and I started looking for verification if this industry works. And I did a lot of reading, a lot of awesome books that, you know, First Year Network Marketing is one of them by Mark Yarnell. We have an interview with Michael Winiger and Mark because they're friends. And this is a phenomenal book. Everybody should read it for sure. And that basically teaches us how this industry works. And I started looking for leaders in different companies. I started reading their stories, how they became successful. I never listened to people who were not successful because there are so many people that don't realize the whole global picture, how it works. That they just think that they, you know, sell a few products to, you know, their friends and family, and that's why some of the people think, you know, oh, I don't want to bug my friends and family. I don't want to be in that scammy business. And it's actually a huge, like you shared the statistics, it's a huge business. And basically what it does is from the companies manufacture products and the distribution channel is different. Instead of middlemen and spending all this money on marketing and then selling them to stores and storing them on shelves and paying that and this, it's basically we sell directly to consumers, but marketing force is executives and they're getting paid for their marketing skills. So that's basically just a different distribution channel. And I started reading, I got so excited. And why I chose Asante, I was in another company and I was struggling at the beginning because I didn't believe in myself. And once I started realizing my potential through coaches and through different following successful leaders, I realized, yes, I can do that. I can lead teams. I started, you know, developing some skills in terms of self-development, communication. And I realized, you know, this business is amazing because I see so many moms who either don't either drop off their kids at daycare, or moms who you know, work, who stay at home, but they kind of stay at home and they have no like major hobbies or whatever. So I see benefits for both people, for women who are work at corporate and they want to stay home, and women who stay home but they feel kind of bored and they don't know what to do. This is the potential for you to build a substantial income while you're sitting at home. So, and basically when I found Asante Organics, I compared it to my previous company, and it was no comparison, because before I didn't actually know how to read labels. So I was stocking up on the products. My auto ship was over $300 before, and I thought, well, it's still deductible as a business expense, so that's fine. I went to different events, and I spent like events cost more than $200 each event, and then for VIP meeting with corporate, it was over $1,000, and I still, you know, realized, you know, it's still worth it because what you're doing is it's tax deductible, because you're basically, you can deduct everything because you are a small business owner, but you don't have overhead, you don't have, you know, expense of starting a business. It's an amazing of both worlds. And I have so many people who have had traditional business start this business, and they're very, very successful because it's basically marketing. Nowadays we socialize, we are all connected and networking, and that's basically we're learning marketing. So it's social marketing basically. And how I learned about Asante, I compared, and I looked at all the labels, and I just had to throw everything away because all of them had toxins in them, and I didn't know that. And previously it was harder to duplicate, because when I shared with people the opportunity, I had to explain why the products are different, why they would want to get involved with this business with me. And now once I share, it's 100% toxic free and organic, people are curious. It's a shift, and we are going green anyway, and why not, use this vehicle and capitalize on that. And I feel so grateful every day for women contacting me saying, thank you so much, you introduced us to this, and it's such a blessing, such a gift. And I myself am so grateful and thank God every day that 3 years ago somebody invited me to the meeting. And that, so that I can support my family. I don't have to get dependent on somebody else, because nowadays we never know, so many women who are staying at home, and there's either they're in unhealthy relationship, or something might happen to their husband and they're relying on that one income, and you never know what happens. So it's amazing to have security, and knowing that a few years you work really hard, you get customer base, you acquire customer base, and you acquire team members, and then later on you get paid either you work or not. It's just incredible. I have met people who work a few years, who work 5 years really hard, and then they make substantial incomes, which is unheard of. And if you go listen to Mark Yarnell interview with Michael Winnegar, it's amazing. We don't even know how many people make huge amounts of money. So go listen to that interview for sure, guys.
Thank you so much, Jane. You know what? Jane brought up some really powerful, valuable points, you guys. For example, I'm glad that you mentioned Amway. I love to use them as an example. The company's been around for over 30 years. And if this was an illegal pyramid scheme, as some people, just uneducated, not knowing, think so, there's absolutely no way that companies could be around for 30 years. What makes this industry, what makes this job legal is having a product or a service to offer. Unfortunately, that can have good and bad things that go along with it. A good portion of this industry will create a product simply to make the business model legal. Okay, they'll come up with some vapor product that is chemical-based, created in a lab, cheapest ingredients they could possibly use, just to make the business model legal, because they know that so many people are really hooked on this industry. You may think a lot of people don't do this. You're amazed. I mean, I read you the stats on the millions of people in this industry, and it's because they're tired of being out of work or working hard and not making enough. So people are really into this industry, and they're in a lot of leaders, and a lot of people in this industry are in it for the business model, and the product is of little consequence. What Asante Organics has done, specifically Michael Winnegar, he had the vision. He saw over 5 years ago that the planet is going green. So sorry, you guys. The planet is going green. Everywhere you look, there's evidence of this. You can't turn on the TV. You can't get on the internet. You cannot walk out your front door without hearing something about organics, GMOs, pesticides, chemicals, toxins, just it's out there. It's everywhere. And everywhere we look, more and more companies, even Walmart announced that they're taking out dangerous chemicals out of certain products. And you see companies making all these announcements. And that's because the planet is going green. And Michael saw that over 5 years ago and decided to create a product line with the most expensive, best ingredients that he could get that are all certified toxic-free. We're organic, wild-crafted, and we're eco-friendly. Okay, so never heat processed. That's really, really important. So from the very beginning on how we acquire these ingredients, how they're processed, how they're shipped, all of that matters. And what that means is that we're going to be around forever. And Michael created a product line for a way of life before it becomes a way of life. So that's exciting. He's going to actually go into that more. But in an industry where 98% of the other companies in this industry are creating a product just to make the business model legal, it is so amazing to be with a company who's done something different. We're setting a standard. We're raising the bar in the industry. I myself, I joined Asante for similar reasons as Jane. I wanted to find a home, and like Jane, I did my homework. I started studying the history of network marketing. I wanted to know what gives a company longevity. How do I know this company is going to stick around? Two major questions I asked myself, you guys. One, would I use this product if there was no business opportunity attached to it? That's the first question you need to be able to say yes to. The second question I asked myself was, will I still be using this product in 5, 10, 20, 30 years? You need to be able to say yes to that. And yes, I will still be brushing my teeth. And because I'm using the Sparkle, I doubt it'll be dentures. So, so I want to hand it back over to Maya really quick so she can give you some more interesting facts. And then we are going to hear from Michael Winiger. Wellness Warriors, hang in there because you've got to hear from Michael tonight. He's got some great stuff to share with you. Maya, why don't you share those interesting facts that you've got over there? Tell us what that's all about.
Well, global sales in 2012, the NFL made $9.5 billion. The music industry was $16.5 billion. The video gaming was $67 billion. The movie industry was $80 billion. The organic industry was $91 billion. The network marketing industry was $167 billion. And they basically, network marketing companies, they share a lot of the percentage that they make. And in 2012, they shared the tune of $65 billion with their distributors. And also the wellness industry, which Asante is in, is $1 trillion industry. So I'm like, we are at the top here. We are the 3 top ones. So we are an industry that is going to grow, and it's going to take over the world.
You know what? It sounds like it already is, Maya. And the reality is, you guys, this industry has been around forever and ever and ever. It's not going anywhere. It's constantly growing. And today, really, it is the only way to go. Definitely the only way to go for me. But I am so excited for Michael Winiger, our CEO. Let me tell you real quick. I have had the privilege, in fact, all of us on this panel have had the privilege. In fact, many of you out there in the field have had the privilege of getting to know Michael Winiger personally. I mean, really think about that for a minute. He is the CEO of our company. How many CEOs have you ever gotten to know personally? How many CEOs will pick up the phone and call their reps and talk to them because they heard that they have cancer and want to be support and offer advice? Michael does that. How many CEOs answer a phone at corporate to help out with a question that needs to be answered? Michael does that. And so we're dealing with a real person here, not somebody who is hidden behind a team of PR reps, public relations specialists, who create an image of what a CEO should look like. Michael is the most passionate, honest man I think I've ever met. By some, he's labeled, as vicious, and guess what? It's because he tells the truth. And to companies out there who are promoting toxic products, I guess I'd feel a little threatened by Michael Winiger myself. But being somebody who's out there myself preaching about the dangers of carcinogens, of toxins, because I love you and I want to see you live a long, healthy life, I can't do anything but respect Michael Winiger. Really, honestly, anybody can't do anything but respect Michael Winiger because he's created a product line and put the integrity of that product line first for you over profit. But Michael has an amazing story of how he made his millions as a network marketer, just like you and me, before he ever started Asante. Michael, welcome to the stage. Please share your story with all of us.
Absolutely. Can you guys hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Good. Yes. Well, let's start with the industry itself and me starting in this industry about 28 years ago, right? When I was like 5. All right. So anyway, when I looked at this industry and got involved, there was a few things that I picked up that I think really helped my success. One was understanding, just simple business. Is that you're not going to open up a business today and be rich tomorrow. You're not going to open up anything. Let's just say a Subway sandwich place. You're not going to be rich in a week. You're not going to be rich in 90 days. You're going to be well off after a few years, but that's what it's going to take in any business, right? So knowing that, I knew that, in this industry, in the beginning, you do a lot of work that you think you're not getting paid for. So in the end, you're getting paid for a lot of work you never have to do for the rest of your entire life. You're going to, what do you want, the 40-year plan? Or do you want the 3 to 5 year plan? I know what I'd like, and the 40-year plan allows you to, if you even make it that long in any place at this point, at this time of life, then what's going to happen is you're going to end up with half of what you're making. So not a good plan, right? And, according to a study done by the Harvard Business School, ground floor category creating companies are once in a lifetime opportunities. All right? So let's think about that for a second. Here you have a company that I can't even tell you how lucky you are to be with a company such as this. Because guess what? How would you like to be in the garage with Steve Jobs when Apple started? How would you like to be in the garage with Jeff Bezos when he was creating Amazon.com? Your chances of winning the lottery a few times in a row are probably better than being in the ground floor of an actual category or a category creator billion-dollar brand in a what's going to be called a $9 trillion industry. So Asante Organics, think about it for a second. We have a situation here where never in the history of the world, in the history of business, in the history of life, has a company who created a category of 100% chemical-free, 100% toxic-free, and certified organic and wild-crafted living. Never been done before. Nobody's ever done it. Nobody's come close to doing it. When you're looking at using products with chemicals and toxins and things like that, you're not 25% or 50% or 99% chemical free and certified organic or wild crafted. You're not. It's like being pregnant. You're not 78% pregnant. You're pregnant or you're not. So you're either using you're chemical free using certified organic or green, so you're not. And there's one company in the world right now doing this. And if you understand business, if you just want to understand business, there's a book out. Take my little thing down here, called The 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing. Okay? Now this book is a business Bible to building a billion-dollar brand. You can read it in about 30 minutes. And all 22 laws have to be in place for that company to be able to shine as a billion-dollar brand. Now, in the networking industry, you hear a lot of lip service. You hear a lot of people up there, oh, billion, and they just go crazy. But they haven't even created a category. We do a little bit different here at Asante Organics. We are the first and only, right? And we have 80 products out. We have 400. My table's full of stuff. My desk here. 400 more products to bring out. 4 finished formulations. So that's absolutely huge. So you're not going to, I think you're in that position to be in the next billion-dollar brands because the company that starts to, creates the category and meets the supply and demand of the markets and the trends that they're penetrating And then guess what? Now here comes the lucky part. The next largest paradigm shift in global economics is the green economy. Nobody out there can stop the world from going green. I can't stop the world from going green. You don't think that in the next 5 or 6 years, there's going to be a company out there dominating global sales in chemical-free living? There will be, because it can be done. And every single solitary product. Now, for you guys that want to build a business, simple. There's some things that you should learn when you're speaking to people. You, your, you'd, you'll, yourself. You're catering to a person. People say to me, oh, are you in that MLM or network marketing stuff? No, I'm in the cab industry. What? Sell cars? Taxis? Mm-mm. Cabs. I'm in the customer acquisition business. Because all this industry is happy wholesale customers. So I'm going to show you how to use phenomenal products, no chemicals, no toxins. I mean, the story is really simple here. On my left-hand side are all these products you're using every single day. You're using them. Hundreds of chemicals linked to cancer and other terrible issues. On my right-hand side are all the same exact products that are 100% chemical-free, certified organic, for the same price. What do you want to use? Guaranteed the answer is going to be the same every single solitary time. And what makes this company, what is so phenomenal about this company, is we have probably the highest retention percentage in the history of this industry. Because it's not human nature, whether it's 90 days or 30 years, that a person's, when you talk to people, they're going to go, well, you know, I'm really kind of sick and tired of using those products, those chemical-free and certified organic products. Could you hand me that bottle of cancer again? Nobody makes that decision. You don't behave that way. And now you have a company that is just, you know, what do you, I would say to people, would you like to discover for yourself what these amazing products are going to do for your, whatever category we have, for your home, for your laundry, for your oral or dental care, or, you know, whatever you're talking to them about? Would you like to discover for yourself what this amazing product is going to do for your skin? And how fast does it work? Your body's going to tell you how fast it works. You'll find out within 72 hours how fast it works. And that's how I became, I mean, you know, you're going to feel alert, alive, refreshed, full of energy, looking good. Hopefully like the CEO, right? Right. So anyway, you know, a lot of different things. You know, again, you know, when people, like you say, you know, when JoJo addressed us in the very beginning, the only reason why anybody's going to get mad at somebody is the person that's really angry and upset about things and vicious. They're hiding something. Think about it. Who's right? The guy who's cool, calm, collected, and can just keep going back. Let's look at the ingredients, all the substance, all the ethics, all the integrity, all the character. Everything your company stands for is going to be found in one place. Right there. The back of the label. Every company knows what's in there. Every company owner knows what he's using. And they'll be able to, when you talk to those company owners, what are they doing? Talking to you about how great it is what you're talking about, what's in there? Or are they skating around things, trying to tell you about other things because you've just made them know that you're aware of something? You opened up a can of worms. So, you know, think about that. I mean, you got a $91 billion organic industry predicted in 5 years by all the financial analysts to be a $9 trillion business making more money than Microsoft and the internet combined, and you guys are in the only company in the world that's addressing this? The only company. The one and the only company. Chemical-free, 100% chemical-free, 100% toxic-free, certified organic and well-crafted living. That's what we do here. So we'll every single product, and we got so many to bring out. We don't even know what to bring out next. So but we're good at what we do as far as market, what to bring out, what products to bring out, during what types of years and seasons and things like that during your season. So grab some abundance here at Asante Organics. What's different too from this company than anything I've ever seen in this industry? We're not building a culture. We don't want a culture. What's the root word of culture? Cult? We don't want that. We're building a community. We're building a community where families and people come together, and whether they're in your organization or not, you'll help that person. You'll help them. That's the difference between culture and community. I would much rather live in a community than being in a cult. And having families and all people coming together for one purpose, to better people's lives. We don't work from a heart of revenues and profits. We work from a heart of actual abundance and leadership and caring for families and for people and just going out there and spreading the word. You don't know what it's like. I mean, you won't believe what it's like. Let's just put it that way. To go to bed today. I did everything I did my whole life. But tonight I go to bed knowing I didn't touch myself with one chemical. Not one. And I can't tell you how great I feel. You probably already know by the way I jump around half the time. And then you don't know what it's like. Or you will feel what it's like to help another family. Imagine that. You helped another family where maybe, not maybe, most likely, something was going to happen in the long run. And you got them off the chemicals, and you got them alkalized. They're energetic. They're metabolized. It's amazing. All the stuff is out, and all the good is coming in. Our products, our community, our atmosphere, our compensation plan, everything that this company everything this company stands for. And, again, this is your code of ethics. Here's your code of ethics, right here. Here's your integrity. Here's your character.
Thank you, Michael.
Run to the top. Thank you for having me on this, and the timing couldn't be better because you're in the beginning. You're on top of the pile now instead of the bottom of the deck. A nice big canvas. I handed you the paints. Now you get a chance to go paint your life, whatever that life is that you want it to be.
Thank you so much, Michael. I love listening to you speak. I know you personally, and I know you come from the heart. I love what you said about culture versus community. One of the things I love about Asante is that the money is spent on the ingredients instead of a bunch of fancy marketing and paid endorsers and paid doctors. The money is spent on the ingredients, so we're not wasting our money. We're actually getting amazing quality. I used to be in another company. I know what it feels like to wake up and realize like the products that you're promoting aren't necessarily healthy, and that's tough. So I know there's other people out there that are still in those places in different companies, and like my heart goes out to you. I love you guys. Like we're all in the same industry. You know what I mean? Like we're all in the same industry. How exciting it is to find a company that doesn't take their money and spend it on paid endorsers and a bunch of junk and puts all that money into the integrity of the ingredients. We are going to be around for years to come. Come on and join us now. The opportunity for leadership is wide open here. Come and build your business organically in this amazing all for one for all community, and the integrity is from the top all the way down. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. We are here every Wednesday night, same time, same place, with different Wellness Warrior workshops for you to help you grow your business. Have a great night, and thank you for joining us.